Welcome to the InfoMullet YouTube channel. If you enjoy this content, please like or share. And if you'd like to support the InfoMullet by becoming a mulleteer, visit us on Patreon. We appreciate your support. Lisa's asking, have we seen any models around reinfection? Are they all based on initial infection, if that makes any sense? So good question, Lisa. This study, the Oxford study, the iceberg theory, to prove their theory, they're going out and doing antibody testing in a large population. Now, we've had two studies on this already. One was in China. There was an evacuated population of Wuhan that didn't have any symptoms, but they tested them anyway. They didn't find a lot of antibodies. So that was one knock against the iceberg theory. In Vo, Italy, it's a city in Vo, the entire town got tested for antibodies, and those who had not had the virus didn't show anything. So it's kind of, those are two knocks. This question on reinfection, it's really hard to say. I would expect we're going to get some hopefully good studies by June-ish. All of these studies, for me, one of my standard and criteria I use is it's a large sample size, high power, randomly controlled study with good p-values. And that takes time to put together. And I know I'm a broken record in saying this, but I'm going to keep saying it. A lot of studies coming out now are people pushing initial results. I'd wait till probably May or June before we get really good information on reinfection. I would think we'd be seeing it. The problem is we'd be seeing it during the same time that everything's going to hell in a handbasket. So are we going to know that we're seeing it? Are people getting reinfected? And the first time was mild, so they didn't notice. The second time was severe, so they go in the hospital. Is that being counted once? We need a lot more daily tests because we can't just test diagnostically as people go into the hospital or and a coroner test to see if they're had it. We need to test probabilistically over a sample of the entire population. Think of an opinion poll, right? You only need to poll 1,400, 2,000 people if you statistically create it. We need to be doing the version of opinion polling with random testings in populations, because this is how we're going to find the reservoirs, the reinfections, all the things we need to know about before we can really be comfortable with how we're recovering from wave one. Right now, we're in a crisis. Our testing is so far behind and so inadequate. We're just doing diagnostic testing. Until we get better studies from antibodies studies and also probabilistic testing samplings, we're not going to know about this reinfection. And that really plays into the role of when do we lift and how do we lift the wave one restrictions. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to follow the InfoMullet, visit us on Facebook or Twitter. And if you'd like notifications when we post new video content, click on the red subscribe button below the video. If you've ever wanted to become a mulleteer and support the InfoMullet, visit us on Patreon. We appreciate the support.